Where are you going?
The library.
You going to the library? That's pretty cool.
Cheese!
Cheese!
Cheese! Can I see?
Yeah, I'll show you later. Dad's gonna go to the archery range, okay?
Okay.
Alright. Oh, give me that. Oof. I put hot chocolate in my coffee this morning, guys, because it just felt like the right thing to do, you know? So, anyways, sorry for my week-long absence from episodes of the Road to Bow season. I was spring bear hunting, which is way more important than doing episodes of the Road to Bow season. So had a really great hunt. I'm really excited to share that with you guys. Working on the film right now, but now back in the city and back to normal life. If you saw the last episode, you saw that I shot broadheads in my backyard. They shot really great, but I mentioned the next episode we're gonna shoot broadheads out to distance, so that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna head to the archery range. I got the target in the back, and we're gonna stretch these things out, man. We're gonna see how they fly 60, 80 yards and see how they stack up. So I'm excited to share this with you. All right, guys, at the archery range here. These are broadhead targets right here, okay? But I brought my own target so I can kind of get past them. These only go to 60 yards, so we're gonna try to shoot past that. We've got some field tips, we've got broadheads, we've got the bow, and we've got the target. So I'm gonna get this all set up. I'm going to set that target out at 60 yards, and we're gonna see what happens. Okay, first things first, we are going to shoot some field tips, 60 yards, make sure everything's still flying good, and then we will screw on some broadheads and see what happens. All right, guys, looks pretty good. 3 arrows. Certainly not my best handiwork at 60 yards, but for the purpose of what we're doing, this just confirms to me that, you know, the sight end is still good. So yeah, oh yeah, that's fine. Check it out. There you go, all of them are in the black. This one's just a shade out, but that's fine, that was probably me. All right, so we're gonna pull those arrows and we're gonna go back, we're gonna screw on a broadhead. You're gonna shoot a broadhead first and then the field point at 60, see what happens. I have a feeling I already know what's gonna happen, but you gotta do this stuff. You gotta take the time to test out broadhead flight and make sure everything's good and gravy, because once you get in the field, there's no takebacks. You know, it is what it is, so you got to figure that stuff out. Okay, so I know I told you guys earlier that I was going to lean more into the hide this year for hunting, and that's absolutely true, but just for practice, just like I did in my backyard, I'm going to shoot the Jekyll, which is this right here. It's a fixed head, so it just saves that pin on the hide from marring. So I'm just kind of trying to avoid that because I don't have any practice heads on me right now. So we're going to shoot the fixed head, same exact ferrule, flies the same, and we're going to see what happens. So here we go. Both of these look like they're a little left, but I think they're touching. So this is 60 yards. I believe they're in the dot. Yeah, it looks like they're in the dot. It's pretty cool, man. Oh yeah. Can't get any better than that, dude. That is a broadhead and a field point at 60 yards. Look at that. Those things are touching right there. That's neat. All right, pull them, show you guys. Broadhead, field point. All right, we're gonna move it to 80 now, see what happens. Try to get these little bits of foam out of the broadhead here. Want it to be as consistent as possible. Not changing the weight of it at all a little bit. All right. All right, here we go. Dial it to 80. Let's see what happens. Wind was blowing too much. Wind's starting to blow. Gonna make shooting long range a little harder. Glad I checked that. Actually, I noticed that my knock was a little out from the arrow. I'm so glad I looked down. I got a crack right here in my shaft. Man, I'm so stoked I found that. Oh gosh. Well, how bittersweet, man. Freaking had those arrows touching. They get that out of there. Had those arrows touching there at 60 yards, so they hit each other. So gotta make sure you check that stuff before you shoot again. Whew. Glad I found that. Put that on a new arrow. Okay, now let's see what happens. Alright guys, feel pretty good about that. Look like they're in the same vicinity. Yeah, not bad. Alright, so here's the field tip. Here's the broadhead, 80 yards. I'm gonna do that again, but that's pretty dang close. That's 1, 2, like 2¼ inches apart, 80 yards. I'm pretty happy with that, but we're gonna try again. A couple other guys here practicing. It's good to see people out here shooting their bows instead of being at home, especially when they're getting so hot now. It's all downhill from here, guys. Or uphill, depending on, whoa! Watch out for that guy. Depending on how you look at it. Some people like it real hot. I don't know, it's gonna get pretty miserable here pretty soon. Felt pretty good. Looks like they're next to each other, high in the dot. And what's good is the broadhead. So the last shot I did, the broadhead was to the left of the field point, which I wasn't worried about. But this time it's a little to the right, which tells me that there's not like a consistency there with what's happening. So here's what we got. Broadhead, field point, 80 yards. So stoked about that. Broadhead, field point. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Super psyched with those results. Really digging how everything is flying. I'm also digging that I didn't have to make any tuning adjustments. Remember what I said in, I think it was the last episode, I have only paper tuned this bow at 3 and 6 yards with a fletched field point. That's it, okay? That's it, end of story. Other than that, I just spent time sighting in my bow with field points, and then once I felt confident with that, everything was consistent, I put a broadhead on and everything has been flying money. So really happy with the results. If you like the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe. If you like the video, please hit thumbs up. That helps me out. We'll see what we're gonna do next. I don't know, I'll do some thinking. I got some ideas up my sleeve for the next episode. Until then though, get outside, shoot long range with your bow, man, and put some broadheads on. See what those things are doing.